welcome into the Fort Worth Christian Coaches Show. As always, brought to you by our great friends with Aspire Chiropractic, to where their job is to really get you back to being your best. Coach, welcome into the show as always.
Thank you.
It's going to be a big week, but before we get into football, let's talk a little bit about what's going on with some volleyball and some cross country.
A lot of good things going on with FWC Athletics. Have volleyball playoffs coming up next week. Time and date will be determined, but we do know that our girls are the district runner-ups. They'll get to host a home playoff game, and so we're very proud of them. And they've come a long way this year, and it's a great group of young ladies. And if you haven't seen them play, I encourage you to come out and watch them. And then we have our district cross country meet this morning at Southwest Christian School, and so we're excited about their opportunities as well.
And we're looking to catch up with Coach Wilhelm and also Coach Johnson again and get their breakdown of these playoff runs and district meets. And good luck, guys, and we're rooting for you. I know the whole school's behind you. But as we look forward, Coach, Cardinal football's off to a great start. Another fantastic ball game last week, a really way to enter into district play. Give me some of your thoughts as you look back on last week.
Well, I think the main thing is that we had a district ball game and we're 1-0 in the season, and so to be in district with your first win and that's exciting. And to have a non-district game this week to work on some things that we could have done better last week is certainly a plus too. And so we know we have a great challenge this week with Green Hill, and hopefully we'll be a better football team after Friday night in preparation for the rest of the district.
No, absolutely. Coach, as we look back at the season, we've talked a lot about defensive line, offensive line, a lot of different phases. We know what we have pretty much on offense, but as you look at the phases of the game and moving through district in hopes for a long playoff run, what areas do you see are gelling, and what areas do you see you might have some concerns?
Well, I think where we're gelling is just as an overall team, just a team chemistry and us trusting each other, and I think that part's been very strong, and I think we're getting better at that. So the chemistry is there. We just have a great group of young men. But I think also offensive and defensive line's doing much better, and we're able to control the run game a little better than what we could before, and we're able to move the ball too. But I think more importantly and most importantly is we have a lot of kids that we can get on the field, and it's a 48-minute game, and the more kids you can get out there to contribute to success, the better that we feel like we'll be. And so we have a great bunch that are all contributing to that success.
No, I agree with you. Chemistry looks great. Team speed, physicality is there this season. Also, just the chemistry alone and watching these men come together and play. I know Devin had an outstanding punt return. Talk to me a little bit through this as we watch his speed just explode down that sideline.
Well, Devin's just a good athlete, and when he's on the field, he's going to do great things offensively, defensively, special teams, and he's normally not our punt returner. We have an exceptional returner in Kate Garcia, but at this particular time, we felt like they were going to maybe go for it on that fourth down, and so we just put Devin back as a free safety to field the ball. If they did in fact punt it, and they did, and he did more than just catch it. He was Devin, and Devin, you put the ball in Devin's hands, and good things usually happen.
Absolutely, made the magic happen there, and of course, vertical passing game, quick passing, all part of Gunn's offense, and I think looking at Gavin's TD here, it looks like Gavin kind of came into his own this week with some big plays. Coach, kind of talk about this one.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Gavin. Gavin has a great potential at his defense. There's a lot of wide receivers that we have on the field to catch footballs, but Gavin's one of our very good ones too, and so when his opportunity came, he made the most of that, and we feel like Gavin can be a tremendous threat throughout district and into the playoffs.
Absolutely. He's the kind of special player you game plan a little bit, have a couple of special plays in there for him. But, Coach, we mentioned, of course, every week, and you mentioned it earlier, the line play. Let's talk about this defensive blitz here in this situation as the line shows up big and real physical.
Well, it was just a good play. We needed to stop. We needed to get off the field to get our offense the ball. And when Coach Gillum calls a blitz, and he doesn't blitz very often, but when he does call it, one thing you're looking for is to make sure that we're gap sound. And in this case, we were on this play. And when you bring more than they can block, somebody's gonna open up, and that's the case here. And our linebacker, I believe that was Jack, did a great job there.
Oh, absolutely. We mentioned Greenhill at the top of the show. A couple of big wide receivers, so the secondary is going to be tested this week. Coach, what are you feeling about those wide receivers over there?
Well, they scare you to death. They're two Division I type wide receivers and very skilled. They also play on defense, and so they play back, and they make you earn everything, and they kind of clean things up if it doesn't go right for their defense. And so those two young men can single-handedly beat you. And so, but we're excited also because we're playing against a team that throws the ball a lot, and I know our secondary is really excited to have some opportunities to possibly catch balls and make plays. And so it's going to be a good challenge, and it's going to test us, and it's going to see where we may be weak at spots where we might be able to improve. But should be good high school football.
Yeah, both teams flying high, great winning records, really sound competition. We're looking forward to this tune-up. But there's a couple things that we want to talk about before we end the show today. Number one, we have 3 games tonight here from 7th, 8th, and JV, so we invite you out to Gene and Dorothy Barrow Field to check out the guys that are the future of Cardinal football as they make their way up the ranks. Also, we want to mention our friends at the auction. Booster Club will be very involved in the auction this year, donating a great package, so make sure that you do your part and go out and support those folks putting the auction on, Coach. Always great to see you.
Thank you,
Thanks for your time, and we're looking forward to a big win this week and then wrapping that thing up and talking about how we flow really high against Greenhill this week. So, Coach, thanks again, and we'll see you guys next week.